build up together, learn together as well, and do a lot. Like the kind of I don't mind getting along with people that we can form a kind of group to build something that can solve some real life problems. So I am really looking forward to meeting like minds and as well connecting with people, getting to know, especially in Eket, because I'm a student of Heritage Polytechnic currently. I'm doing my HND in computer science, and I've been in tech for some years now since 2019. Although I didn't do well, but I later moved back to it in 2021 after the COVID. I went to Lagos to learn front end development. So currently I work with WordPress as well. Like I use WordPress to work, although I'm still seeing how to advance into like building the teams and every other stuff, like building the templates. So that's it.
All right, Kingsley, that was a nice one. I think after this call, me and you, we are going to have some interesting interaction because I'm plan of starting something interesting over there. So I think we can chat after this meeting.
All right, all right. I'm very open to that, sir. I'm very,
All
very
right.
open to that. Okay.
Hello, Victoria. Good morning. How are you doing today?
How are you doing today? I'm fine. Oh, good morning.
Good morning. So, what's your
Morning.
expectations?
So, what's
This,
your expectations? This Sorry? What did you say?
what are your
What
expectations
are
of
your
this
expectations?
event?
And is to learn. My expectations for today is to learn at least know more about of what I haven't known before. So it's our expectation here is to learn more.
All right. Please, can you tell us a little about yourself so that people here there might be some people here that
Might
might
be
want to
some
connect
people
with
here
you
that
at
might
the
want to
end
connect
of
with
the
you at
call.
the end of the call. Okay, I'm Victory Charlie, a front-end web developer at African Innovate.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Ebenezer, please can you just say hi?
Good, good day, everybody.
Good day.
Yeah, my name is Ebenezer Raphael. I'm more of a newbie actually, so I'm just here to learn something new, basically.
Okay. In newbie in which track exactly?
Let's say full stack. I know a bit of back end and front end.
Okay. Which is it? JS or a
Okay,
PHP?
for back end it's Go. For front end it's
Go.
just Tailwind. I'm
All
currently
right.
learning
Thank you.
Angular. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, guys. I think we should kickstart with our first speaker, Mr. Edima. Edima is an Android developer, a lead developer for that making. So he's going to be our first speaker for today. So without wasting time, let's welcome to the stage Mr. Andima Udo. Andima, over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Jackson. Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We are hearing you. We are hearing you.
All right, that's good. Um, all right. My name is Anjima Udo. I'm a mobile developer, not only Android. So let me just give you a little history about me first. Maybe that will help you. Some of you that want to start, I heard someone saying the newbie. All right. I didn't do computer science in school. In fact, I did estate management in school. So I'm a graduate of university from estate management, coming into tech with zero knowledge of anything in tech. So you can understand that I didn't the principles or the theory or anything. Now, from then till now is about 3 years. Now that is some people will say that is a short time to be where I am. But I'll tell you the truth. It depends on how you are ready to go about it. So I can see I can is my Oga. So he's a senior man. Jackson, these are my bosses. So and they know me. So anyways, my topic, let me share my screen, I think. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can
Yeah,
see your screen.
All right. The topic for today is AI, friend or foe. Now, there is this popular saying people say AI is coming for your jobs. Now, I'm not here to give you good news. I'm here to give you bad news. AI is actually coming for your jobs. So now, a quick example of this AI thing is, who remembers those days, cameramen those days that used to have film and they used to go and watch the film. I know some of you are too young, but you can't remember. Some of you can remember all this. If you want to snap a picture, you come back in like 2 days. They'll go and watch the film. They'll do different things, and before they give you a picture, that was how things were done back then. Then when modern cameras came out and all these phone things, some people refused to adapt, and now those people were phased out of the market. The people that adapted to it are now better off. Now that is to show you that there's always development, there's always growth in everything you are doing. So if any field you are doing, there's always development. The new thing now is artificial intelligence. So I'd like to give a big shout out to all the machine learning people in the building, the Python people that are helping us out to make life easy for us. So back to my old example, everybody has camera phones now. Why will you patronize a photographer? Are you following me? So you can see that since I can snap myself, why do I need a cameraman? And that is the same thing with AI. A company is all about making money, making profit. If I can get an AI to do your job, why do I need you? Now, this can be good or bad. It is good for the owner of the business. It is bad for the employees. It's also good for some employees because some of them will choose to adapt, some of them will choose not to. Now, if you don't go with it side, so you just explore the relationship between AI, that's artificial intelligence, and human intelligence, discussing whether AI is a replacement or a powerful tool. It also highlights how AI can empower software engineers, not only software engineers, developer, designers, testers, whatever you want to go into. AI can help you out. Now, um, we may see I'm a designer yet. I'll tell you this truth now. AI is coming for your job. It may not be now, it may not be this year, but I can guarantee you by maximum of 2 years, there will be AI to do a design for an app from beginning to end. It's a guarantee, and nobody can change that. So now, as me now, I'm into this field. How can I stand out? What now? Let's first start with what is AI? What is human intelligence first? Human intelligence is all about learning, problem solving, adapting, and making creativity, thinking, and emotions. Now, human intelligence has things that artificial intelligence does not have, right? Now, human intelligence is all about using your emotions, creativity. Now, as a human being, the way I think is different from the way a robot would think. Now, for instance, now there's this movie that was released. I can't remember the movie about a robots that were police robots find for the greater good. So if the robot was doing things like improbabilities, for if killing one person will save 50 people, which is actually analysis, which is critical, which is analysis based on information, based on statistics, which is correct, is not wrong. But there's a human side of it. The human side is okay, is killing somebody right? Is killing somebody good? Can I sleep at night if I kill somebody? Do you get? These are things that separate you from a machine. Now, as a developer, a designer, if you are in a tech field, your job basically is problem solving. So if you're okay, I'm a designer now, and you're not solving a problem, then you are useless. No, I mean, we know disrespect. You are useless to whoever you are working for, because your job basically is to solve a problem. Now, you have to know how to solve the problem. You have to think it out. You have to learn ways on solving that problem. And now, AIs are more improved. That means they can adapt, they can learn new things and all that, which is fine. But there's a human part of things that AI cannot replace. So, for instance, now there's something called feelings. I can know how somebody will feel if I say something. I will know how someone will feel if the person is using this thing. Now, the machine does not take into consideration of that. So, for instance, now I want to build a phone. You know how Apple has on their all their browsers the tax bar where you put in the phone number, maybe your address, the email address, the link you want to go to is down. On Android is up. Now, the robot will not know why that to be. The robot can put it in the middle anyhow it wants to put it, because it cannot think things out. Apple put their own down because they want it to be close to thumb when you are typing. Android put it up because they're following the principle from early development and they refuse to change. So now these are things that human beings think out. Do you get? So this makes us everybody unique. That's why me and you cannot be the same. Me and Jackson cannot be the same. We are very, very different because we all our experiences, our emotions, our upbringing, this tailor us to be different. Now, intelligence is mimicking, basically thinking like a human, trying to be like a human, trying to solve problems like a human. Now, they are not fully human. They don't have the full range of being a human. They're all about algorithm, data, um, which is inspired by human brains, yes, but are not perfectly be like human beings. Now, there's a place for where each one is needed. So, for instance, now as a human being, you want to do something now, you don't have the full facts of something. You just want to do something. AI has database things. All you have to do is find out how to use it. Then you will now use your own professional discretions to adjust things. Like I'll tell you the truth though, I've not written a letter with my head in the past 1 year. Let me say 8 months. I always use AI to write my letters. Then on my own, I'll not sit down and read the letter and say, this will not sound well. This will not sound right. This will not sound well. Let me edit it like this. Now see how I'm using AI plus my intelligence to make something better. That is how we work with that is what it's for. So now we are collaborating as the AI, artificial intelligence and human beings, they collaborate to make something better. Now the machine can learn from you and you can learn from the machine. So for instance, now me, I like my that example because in this tech thing, your boss does not care. Okay, they hire me as a mobile developer now. My boss does not care all the features I can build. All he knows is he employed me to solve the problem for him. So he wants me to build a video call system now. I have zero idea. I now going to start trying to build it in my head. I have no idea. So now I'm going to be, I can't be giving my boss excuses that, oh, I didn't know how to do it, so I left it. They will fire you on the spot. You are there to solve it. So I know that, okay, AI can help me out with this. So I go to Gemini now. Let me just go, let me just find, let's just do something now. So I want to build a video calling platform. Now, there's something about AI. AI does not know everything you want to say. I want to say, build a video call platform. Platform. So now, this is a in all respect, it's a very, very stupid question. Why? Because this machine, you know that want to be very compact, but how, where, what are the things to use to identify this for you? So this just gave me vague answer. You know, they say garbage out. So you have to know how to ask the machine what it wants, because it's like you going to where they keep pins, all the pins in the world are stacked together. You say, I want one pin. It just gives you the pin. When you don't, it just gives you anything, because there are many information there. So you can see all these story tales by moonlight. It is not going to help me to do anything. So I can say, okay, how I can streamline it now again, which is still vague. How to build a video call app. Now, it is still vague, right? So it is still giving me stories. There is nothing here that can benefit me, because I want to build. I'm not saying give me the English. Do you get? So you have to know how to interact with the machine to get what you want. So some people say, it has not been working for me. I've been trying, it's not working. I've been trying to do this, it will not give me the answer I need. You have to learn how to prompt AI to get you what you want. So there's some people if you go online, you'll see how to use AI. There are different things. I plan to make this class as practical as possible, so that you use Google, say how to um, prompt Gemini to get answers. So people write, you have to be a learner, you have to learn how to learn. So you can see, write better by Google. So there are ways you have to get understanding of how to use all these tools. So you now know, okay, the machine likes specific questions. How you have to look at. So these are things that I think maybe you should just get the links of all this, because all this help you in your growth in tech and everything you are doing. Now, as a designer too, let me not use only developers, because I think some people will be feeling that they are on top of the world designers. So, like for instance, now there's something called user stories, flows, and all that. You know, as a human being, right, you can think of things one way, but you may not have the full map of everything. But AI can also still help you. So I can just say, a user story for a fintech app as a designer. So now this is um it's coming to tell you vague answers now, because I just gave it a foolish question too. Do you get? So these are things that you have to know how to work with. So now it's not called so now as a human being we are growing, we can critique things, we can get better. So these are few things you understand. So now, as a developer, now back to developers, how can AI help you? It can improve your code quality and efficiency. How? So for instance, now I'm new. Okay, let me just bust out of this bubble. There is nothing like intermediate developer again. All people are looking, because of AI now. You are either a junior or you are a senior. Okay, an intern, junior, or senior. Nobody is intermediary again. Oh, that middle class part. No. Nobody is middle class again. You are a junior, you are an intern, meaning you don't know anything about training you. Meaning that, okay, you are willing to learn, you are growing. You are not fully what you want to be yet, but you'll get there. Then you're a senior means we can just tell you this thing and go and sleep. Now, that's why from junior to senior is helps you a lot in. So now, how do I like? I'll give an example. I want to build a video call app or something. Let me give you an example of myself. A small story about myself. When I was learning mobile development, I had Utibe team, Sika Thompson, Geoffrey, Colley as my senior people. I always ask them questions. If I show you my chat with Utibe and Sikak, you would have given up if it's you. Why? Because these people are busy. They don't have time like that. So I tell them, okay, I have this issue. Please do this. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this. How can you help me? I'm trying to do this. It's not working. Now, Utibe is a bit nicer. They'll ask you, have you checked Google? Have you checked Talk About Flow? If your answer is no, we tell you go and check it. If you say yes, we'll tell you maybe drop the link of what you checked. Why is he doing that? He's trying to make sure that I am learning. Now, if he says, okay, this thing is actually really tough, maybe he has seen everything I've gone through, what he will do is he will not solve my problem. He will give me the links to maybe better research that I can do to get that answer. Now this as a TB, sometimes it may not even answer you if it's too but instead of something, if it's a small question, he will not answer you. He will now ask after like 1 or 2 weeks, have you solved it? You said yes. You say cool. That is the end of the conversation. But if it's not, if it's big, we just tell you, give you one link to go and read. Now, these are things that as from there I started learning, okay, personal research is very important. So we have Stack Overflow, which we were doing then, and you know how you go through 10 different open 10 different tabs just to find one thing. If you know, you know. There's other people do mobile development, and you know how you are running Android Studio and everything, and your system is dragging. You now open 10 tabs to check different things. The suffering you were going through. So these are things that we went through. So I now say, okay, these people are really doing research. So how do I get better at research? I started asking Stack Overflow questions. You have like 5, 10 different tabs. Now, what Gemini does for you, sometimes Gemini solve something for you, it gives you links. They give you links to other things for you to go and read up more on. Let me find something I've opened before. So they will give you links. See, they drop a link for you on different things. So even you can still get more research on that thing. Nobody has all the whole knowledge. AI is data, fetching from here, and adding. You going to read more is better for you. Now, how does so I've talked on all these things already. AI helps you generate, analyze data. I can write a code now, and I want AI to make it cleaner for me. Let's go at a quick example. Let me find one project. I'll show you that open recent. Let's find this. Let's just find any project. I'll just show you something. But if plenty code that AI can write, make something better for me. Let me go to this. So let me see. All right. This is not, let me just find one line of code somewhere. Okay. This is, let me just put any code like this. Let me just show that AI can, from wherever you are, it can understand everything and make. So I copy this. I come here. I say, I paste this. What does this do? So you can use it to learn. I can enter a project now. So it's telling me different things. It's giving me It's giving me so I can enter a new code base tomorrow. Like this product I open now, I entered this code base from someone which I don't like because it was not, he didn't write it, make it clean. So I had to now make the device work. So let's go to just show you that there I made my work. It's clean. I have my functions. Let me go to open the function. So this is almost all this. Now look at this work compared to. Okay, I think I've closed one. So the thing is that you can also writing your code better, writing cleaner code, better code. Since our page is short, you don't have to do so much. Now these are things that you improve on day by day. Nobody has all the knowledge, so you can get better, write cleaner code, generate code. I want to build a I like examples. I don't know why I like examples. I don't want to be doing theory. I think the problem is that we've done too much theory learning. So someone was saying before we started, someone was saying he's doing React. So let's say in React now, in React, build a video call app using Agora IO. So now this is specific. Have you seen something? It is bringing out information step by step. Create a React project, install the dependency, obtain this, join from. You can see this. I can basically copy this code. Now it will work. Something may break somewhere. I can still copy the thing that is breaking somewhere. Come and paste it here and say this is not working. I'm not even checking this code. Let me just do something first. This use effect stops here. So I copy this. No. This not stop here. Stops here. Stops here. I said this did not work well. Make it better. So it has written the code. Are you seeing? It's also helping the AI. So if something is wrong somewhere, find the error message that you send it with the data that is you already have. Or something else for it. It makes it better. While you are trying things, even you as you are looking at it, you are understanding it better. So these are things that as whatever look at how this code is now compared to the one that was there before, which is this. It has simplified it. Even if maybe you don't understand before, you can even look at it that okay, it makes more sense now. Then you can ask, okay, let me find out what this was. First of all, I don't know what anything here is doing because I'm just using an example. What does this do? So now I'm just showing you that the limitations you have in tech is on you. AI has come to make everything simple for you. See, it has given me step by step of what everything there does. So you don't need all the big English again, all the Stack Overflow to copy and paste, and you don't even know what it does. You can find out what it does because the truth of the matter is that nobody is paying you what you can do. They are paying you for what you know and what you are willing to learn, for the knowledge you have. So this is the way AI has come to easy. Now you can either be left out or you can move forward. So in conclusion, AI is here to help you and here to replace some of you also because some people are stubborn. So I'm not going to say okay, no, Some people are stubborn. Some people don't like technology, don't like improvement. They say, oh, AI is getting all knowledge. Do not take over the whole world. It may not. But for now, I'll make money with AI. Are you following? So you have all the probability to leverage on anything to become better in whatever you want to do. AI is already there for you. Now, I want to say a bit shout out to the machine learning people because my life has been easy. Oh. I've been calling salary every month because of them. I don't disturb Tibia and Sikat again. No. In fact, all of us, we just have to repeat ourselves. Happy, you're happy because nobody's under any pressure. So it is left to you to become who you want to be, and nobody is stopping you. AI is not stopping you. So thank you for my short and my long sermon. I hope people have learned something and have taken something from this presentation, that the level of information you have is based on you now. Because now, those days, people used to hoard information. You know, like designers, I like insulting designers here because they always like doing this thing. Designers will have one design, and somebody looks at that design and copies this for inspiration, and they are fighting the person because it looks like my design. Only me can think of it. I think very soon that will change because they will fire all of you and employ machines. So I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But you always have to improve. There's opportunity for you to learn, an opportunity for you to grow. So thank you so much and have a wonderful session. If you have any questions, maybe feel free to ask.
All right, Mr. Andy Maudo, thank you for that wonderful section. So it's now time for question and answer. Please, if you have any question that you wish to ask the speaker, you can just raise your hand so that I can call you up. Or does anyone have any question for him? Mr. Kingsley, do you have any question?
I think no for now, sir.
You said?
I said no, no for now.
All right, but you understand what he was saying, right?
Very well, very well.
Okay. Victory, Charles, Khalid, do you have any question for our speaker?
No, not now. I don't have any questions for you.
Okay, since you guys don't have, I will ask my own question later, or I ask the speaker to ask a question later. Mr. Kadimo, any question?
Boss, none for now.
Miss Angelica, do you have any question for our speaker? Does it mean that we all understood what Mr.
My little sister said she has a question here. So can she ask?
All right, she can ask.
Please, what is artificial intelligence?
Mr. Horrible Speaker, please can you answer her? Andima, please, someone just asked a question. Please, can you answer her?
Sorry, I didn't get the question very well. I think I was hearing so many sound, so I didn't get the
All right.
question very
He
correct.
asked, what is artificial intelligence?
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you for that question. First of all, we have to separate the two words, artificial and intelligence. Artificial is that something is not natural. It is made up. It is, maybe let me use the word man-made. it is created. Sorry, I'm hearing myself. I think someone's mic is on. So it is created, and it is not. It didn't come naturally. Do you get? Now, intelligence is just the way learning, problem solving, reasoning, and decision making. Those are things that comprise of intelligence. That okay, someone is intelligent. That means the person is learns well, solves problems, has a good reasoning capacity, and is good at decision making. Those are the things that make up intelligence. So now, to combine the two, we are saying that this whole intelligence scheme, it does not come, it didn't come naturally. It came from a creation. So that is now let me use one human creation now, because maybe at a point AI will start creating AI. So human beings created this intelligent being. How did they do it? They gave it information, data to process, all the data they could give it to process, and tailored it to they use their own. Okay, let me say this: artificial intelligence is tied to who created it. The way I reason things is most likely to affect the way my machine reasons things, because I'm mimicking a human being. Don't forget, I get an example. I'm mimicking somebody. I'm making people. So when you watch all those like training your robot, all those movies, that you'll put a robot with a child or with somebody to grow with the person. What are you doing? They're trying to make the machine learn from how the person does his things and how the person reacts to things. So these are intelligence that are created or they are formed. So it was not natural. So I think, just to simplify it for you, is that knowledge, information, problem solving, learning, that didn't come from a human being. It came from machines. I hope that is clear.
Mr. Nima,
Yes, thank you.
we can hear you. Victoria, go ahead.
It's actually my little sister, not me. My name is Confidence Life Charlie. I'm in JS3.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Are you fine with the answer?
Huh?
Did the answer
You
make sense
call
to you?
Yes, thank you.
That's, that's good. Thank you.
Okay,
Hand was up.
let's. All right, just a minute, please.
There is hand.
All right, just a minute, please. All right, go ahead. The person that I was okay. Queen Esther is going to moderate this session from now on. So over to you, Queen Esther. There is a hand up, so you call in the next person to ask the question.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Queen Xfeel, and I guess I'm the late moderator. I'm the only moderator that comes to an event late. It's the first time anyway. I'm really sorry, it's bad network in Uyo or my side of Uyo. So, who is the next person asking? Whose hand is up? I can't really see anybody's hands up. So I guess you can go ahead and ask your question then, if you can hear me. Who has a question? Let me check. Jackson said there was a hand, but I can't find any.
Derek's
Mr.
hand is
Derrick,
up. Derek
do
can
you
talk.
still have your
Um,
question or Derrick?
Yes, I still have my question. Please,
Derek,
can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, you said
can you
some because you said something if I heard you clearly, you said something about AI when it comes about intelligence, that it was AI that brought up the whole intelligence stuff. Please, can you like fine tune that statement a little bit?
No, I didn't say AI brought up intelligence. I said um, artificial intelligence is intelligence created by something that is not intelligence that is not come naturally. That means someone made the intelligence. So that is human beings give robots or tech maybe codes intelligence to do things. So I'm saying that in future, right, with brand of AI may be able to create more AI. That is, artificial intelligence can be able to create more artificial intelligence. But for now, human beings are the ones creating the intelligence that are given into putting into machines. So I didn't say AI will create AI created AI, but intelligence came from. First of all, intelligence came from if you are a Christian or anybody, it comes from the maker of human beings, and it puts it naturally into human beings. So human beings now created machines and gave it intelligence to solve problems. So I think does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
All right.
Do we have any more questions? Anyone with a question? Okay, if there's no question, I guess we'll move on to the next speaker. Thank you, Andy. So we'll have AJ Felix, founder and creative director, Agile Creations, and he'll be speaking to us on thriving as an entrepreneur in tech. So Felix, it's over to you. Felix, are you here? AJ Felix, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you
Yeah,
very
hi.
clearly.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, welcome, Felix.
All right, thank you very much. I'm sorry for the little interruption. My device was giving me some issues. All right, so good evening, everyone. Oh, sorry, pardon me. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is really doing good. Okay, so I won't be using slides, so I guess the screen would this display interface will just remain like this until I'm done with my session. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you to Jackson. Thank you for Angelica. Thank you to the host of this platform. I really appreciate the opportunity given to me to come and just talk to techies about what I know and what I know how to do. Yeah, I really do not take it for granted. Thank you very much for bringing me to your home. It's very much appreciated. Okay, so I would be talking to you guys on thriving as an entrepreneur in tech. As an entrepreneur in tech, I think. Yeah, great. That's what I'm asking. All right, thriving as an entrepreneur in tech, and essentially, I would not. I promise I won't go over the board. I would try to be very brief with myself, but concise, so that I say everything that is relevantly important to the context of what we're doing here today. Okay, so when I was really talk to you guys about a lot of topics was coming ahead. And yeah, before I actually dive further, let me tell you guys, I'm not really like a developer. You understand? So I'm not a developer. So into develop not really like well, it depends on how you define a tech person or a, but I feel guys, something like that. Which is something that we all, but it's just that I'm not the one that does the coding or the programming or some things that some of you may find fun. Actually, for me, coding is not fun. Neither is any of those things that you guys do the system. Essentially, what I do is talk about entrepreneurship. And when I was trying to cook up something that I would talk to you guys about today, a lot of topics was actually in mind. So what really made me pick having to thrive as an entrepreneur in tech as the topic I'll be delivering today is because I just had and I began to think that okay, I think the tech space or we that are into tech, we are like the most respected people in the society. And the society respects us not because they actually know what we do. In fact, with the respect we get from the society, I feel it's mostly because they don't understand what we do. I mean, you can just walk up to someone and tell the person you are a developer, you're a designer. If the average person may not really understand, but the moment you tell the person, I work with a laptop, or like, because the society just kind of categorize us as these there's this tease and prestige that comes with you identifying as a tech person, someone that works over the internet with a laptop and a lot of languages and all. So there's just this respect that comes to you because the society just by default things we know a lot, right? We do anybody that's sit with his laptop screen 4 hours stretch and not move, come on, that person definitely knows something. So there's a lot of pride that comes to associating yourself as a techie, right? So the society knows we know. But then I've really looked into the whole space, the whole tech space, and I've come to realize that in fact when it comes to entrepreneurship, a lot of us that are into tech or a lot of tech persons. Sorry, I said I'm not really into. Let me try to do that. A lot of people that are into tech, they don't really know how to thrive, or in fact, that's like over the board. They don't really know much about entrepreneurship. And one thing I like to do is talk to people, perspective of whatever niche it is that you're into, whether it's tech or maybe just normal digital, whatever. I feel there is always the need to use entrepreneurship into your everyday craft. Essentially, that is what I do. That's why I talk to people. And for today, I will just be talking to you guys essentially about one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, five strategies you can use to infuse entrepreneurship into your activities as a techie. That's basically it. I'll be talking to you how you can thrive as an entrepreneur in tech. But then before you can begin to thrive as an entrepreneur in tech, you have to first of all be an entrepreneur. And I know when I talk about entrepreneur, what comes to most people's mind is, oh, self-employed person, someone that doesn't work for anyone, so the money for himself, he bears all this and all that. Actually, no, that's not well, that's just like 2%. Or let me be liberal, that's like 2.5% of what of who an entrepreneur actually is. I feel the society has erred a lot in not making us really understand what an entrepreneur is. So take this differentiation. There is someone we call a self-employed, right? And there's another person we call an entrepreneur. Yeah, I know they seem no similar. In fact, we all want to change them in sentences, I know, but they're actually very different. There is a self-employed person on the one hand, there's an entrepreneur on the other hand. They're like two different things. Essentially, what the self-employed person does is he's mostly just interested in profit, in just making money. So he just wants to offer something to the market that allows, or to the space, the tech or the digital space that allows him to just make some kind of financial leverage from it. He just wants to sell a product, sell a service, something that is required that would fetch him money and all that. That's who the self-employed is. He's not working for anyone. He just wants to like develop something in his own name. You get, that's who the self-employed is. But the entrepreneur, on the other hand, is not necessarily a person who looks for goods or products, services to sell. What an entrepreneur primarily looks for is to sell opportunities. Yeah, the entrepreneur looks for cracks in the system. It looks for way forward, things that the ordinary eyes wouldn't see. If you've ever seen anyone that's thriving as entrepreneur, just know that the person began to think beyond just working for himself. The person actually began to think about having to look for opportunities, things that aren't making sense. I'm sure some of you heard about the story of this lady Maureen, yeah, Emenike. I think she's kind of my friend. Maureen Emenike, if you've not heard of her, she's the young lady that went viral, was that your last 2 years for just selling Gary in a little cup with granules and milk and everything layers by layers, and she just decided begin to tell that in her school where she was, and because of that she went viral, right? So that isn't just being self-employed. Maureen is not just a self-employed person. She is an entrepreneur, right? Because what we want to do technically is just to open up a store by the roadside and stuff. But Maureen looked for opportunities. You know that everyone wants to eat on the go. Everyone wants to refill themselves on the go, right? And she just thought about something. I was like, okay, this would work. So that is essentially the gap between being an entrepreneur and being a self-employed, right? So I think I love to really encourage people to go into into entrepreneurship. Pardon me, to try to go over the board, look for how to get creatively energetic or to creatively use their brains to see how in whatever it is that they're doing they can bring up something for themselves. So now I'm not into work for anybody. Hell no, I'm not against anybody. You having to. I think um one thing the society also doesn't regulate is the prospects that come with entrepreneurship, because you know when most time when people happen to talk about entrepreneurship, it just feel entrepreneurship is so good. You work for yourself, you make your money, you're the boss of yourself, you come to work whenever you want to. You know, that's the prospects. Highly informed about entrepreneurship. That's what they tell you to entice you to go into entrepreneurship. Not in fact, they are not the real deal. Right? So when someone comes, let's say you're working somewhere and you're earning, okay, that's monthly as salary, and then and tells you, you know, you can do this one, go into entrepreneurship, you'll be making up to 3 times this amount every on the seriousness and intensity you put into your work, and be getting this. I know there'll be no boss ordering you around. You get to show up when you do. When the person tells you that thing, you know, you come on, we're all humans at the end. We get stimulated. We all want good things, right? So when the person tells us all over, like, oh, okay, this is so what we do. Even thinking is or what most people they just abandon the current jobs they have, and then they go into entrepreneurship, something that they have little idea about. They bank their success primarily on the advert someone told them, not knowing that entrepreneurship is actually what, right? So what to encourage each and every one of us to do is, I understand that we are all techies. I think most of us are like, you know, okay, most of you, yeah, you know, really developed and understand that you know a lot. Oh my God, I will techies. I respect you guys, like, but I know what it means to. I don't know what it means. But I just regard for you guys. But then beyond the respect I have for you, beyond the respect this society have for you, you must now begin to thrive also, because it's one thing for you to know something, another thing for you to thrive and knowing that thing. I mean, Dangote is thriving as what he does. And in case you don't know, let's say Dangote is a farmer, one of his mainstay. Essentially, Dangote is a farmer. There are millions of other farmers in Nigeria, right? Okay, let's go back to when Dangote actually started. If we're taking it like 30-40 years down the line, when Dangote actually began small, there were, I think that time, because technology was not as much as it is now, as it was then in Nigeria. So there were, I think that at the time, it's safe to say there were more farmers that time than there are currently, right? So there were even more farmers that time, and Dangote started something. Dangote was farming. There were millions, okay, thousands of other people also into farming, right? But what Dangote did is what I'll be talking to you guys about today. I'll be telling you in 5 strategies, essentially. So if you're a developer, if you're a designer, or if you into website creation, all that, and the next person beside you is into the same thing, tell me essentially what sets both of you apart. This is where entrepreneurship comes into play. I feel now, normally I stay in Uyo, I school around here, but I reside in Lagos. That's a like my family stay. One thing I learned in Lagos was people are really entrepreneurial. It's in Akwa Ibom. I mean this with no disrespect. It's in Akwa Ibom. I've seen that you can just walk past 10 shops, like they're all doing tailoring. shop one tailoring, shop two tailoring, and they're like so close to one another. Some of you may have noticed what I'm saying. You may have seen it also. Maybe not 10, but maybe 5. You can just pass like a row, 5 shops, and they are doing the same thing. All of them. Nothing sets the one person apart from the other. This one sows this one sows this one sows this. Essentially the same thing. So why exactly should I come to you and not the other person? This is where entrepreneurship comes in. I told you essentially what entrepreneurs look for is something that makes them unique, something to stand out from the crowd, right? So if you are a developer, okay, let's say Jackson is a developer, let's say Angelica is also a developer. So what exactly is setting them apart from each other? Why is all of Jackson, all of Angelica? That's where the error comes in. If there is nothing that differentiates you from the other person, if you're not scaling up with entrepreneurship more than other people that are into your field, hello, you're just like the crowd. And when any employer or when anyone that needs your services comes, he won't just employ you for your knowledge. He would employ you because of what he sees around you. He would employ you because of the opportunities created for yourself. All right. So don't just bank on the respect the society because you know a lot of blah blah blah. God knows what. You know a lot of things. You do on the system, and essentially you just like, yeah, the society respects me, although they don't understand anything you do. I think that's like actually a compliment. When people don't understand something about something, that's the person that knows that thing more valuable, right? So although there's the respect that the society gives you, I mean, respect doesn't mean you don't feed, we don't pay your rent by respect. You have to differentiate you from the crowd. Essentially, in an entrepreneur, you've got to differentiate. You've got to create opportunities, better opportunities, creatively use yourself to think all that things. Now, giving you five just 5 strategies on how you can thrive as an entrepreneur. I said thrive because normally when we use thrive in a statement, it doesn't show that everything is. It's actually would not be easy. But with 5 strategies I'll be showing you or I'll be giving to you, you would be able to thrive, right? But then thriving, like I said at the beginning, you have to first of all become an entrepreneur. Think outside the box. So the first step, if you want to thrive as an entrepreneur, you got to stay curious and keep learning. From the beginning, I told you, entrepreneurs are not just self-employed people. Entrepreneurs go beyond just having to sell a particular thing for themselves. Entrepreneurs look for opportunities, and one of the ways you can constantly find opportunities is to stay curious and keep learning. You keep learning. One thing I've learned recently when I was in New Year is the person who won't learn has no advantage over the person who can't learn. Essentially, and I'm sure we all heard right from when we were younger that the only time we stop learning when we're 6 feet underneath the ground, surface level, right? So you have to stay curious, always continue, keep on learning. See, there is never enough. I heard a speaker once say, once you get to the top of the mountain, you find a bigger mountain. You cannot go an extra length and just stop there. If what you want to do is climb Mount Everest, what happens when eventually at the top you don't get relaxed, you don't stop, you look for a taller mountain. So always challenge yourself to know. Essentially, listen, I'm into knowledge business, you understand. Essentially, I don't work like for anyone. If you know Emmanuel Akpe, Mekanubi, Shoma Yeze, John Gospel and all that, this is where like into the knowledge business. Essentially what the knowledge business means is you're being paid just for what you know. One thing that makes me different from you guys. You guys, you're being paid, okay, also for what you know, mostly for what you do. I almost don't do anything, just know a lot of things, and like where more or 90% of my money comes Right. So also thrive, you have to keep learning, stay curious. Don't if you know how to code. Okay, I don't know. I wanted to say something, but I feel like I'm going to mess it up. So I wanted something like if you know how to code lines, then learn how to create lines. But I feel that's not really pardon me, I don't terminologies in coding and all that. But essentially what I'm trying to say is if you learn how to code something, then try doing something more complex. If you know something more complex, try to advance. You just have to keep challenging, get curious. If you want to talk about entrepreneur, what everyone settles at, what everyone is happy about should be like a challenge. If everyone is happy that they can cut up, or if they can use open source to clone, then you should be wanting to do more. You should put more interest in getting more advanced, right? So stay curious, stay curious. I don't know if there are books on text and all that, but I know there are books on entrepreneurship. There are a lot of books on my field, but you should want to put in a lot of knowledge. Always stay updated. Keep learning. One thing that is going to set you apart is not just knowledge; it's refined. Yep, you heard that right. One thing that is going to set you apart is not just knowledge; it's refined knowledge. We may all know how to code. We may all know how to design that, but one person knows it better than the other person. One person knows how to pack it more than the other person. That person has isn't just knowledge; it's refined knowledge, because the person has fine-tuned his own knowledge better than I have. All right. Yes. Strategy one. First, keep learning. Strategy two, identify real problems to solve. Oh my God. Identify real problems to solve. This is essentially like what we always tell people. You know, when you're in the knowledge business, it requires that you know a lot. But then you can know a lot, and you can just like, but scripture says you can also promise. You can know and miss. That is, you're knowing so much, but nothing is coming out of the much. So you have to fine tune your knowledge into solving a problem, because that's how money comes in. So it's good that you know how to code. It's good that you know how to develop. But then, have you tuned, or have you correlated your abilities to a problem that brands are facing? Have you done that? So if the people you want to market your services to, you want them to employ you as a coder, as a programmer, as a developer, if it's like the bank sector, have you noticed glitch in their system? If you're using BA app or Access Bank mobile banking, have you noticed glitches? Something that okay, know you can correct, right? So it's not just enough that you know a lot. It's also important that you identify real problems to solve through the knowledge you have. If I understand what I'm saying. So which problems are you solving? And remember, I didn't just say problem. I said real problems. Real problems. That is, problem matter a lot. Problems, sleepless night. So think to yourself, or think about your target audience. If you're the owner of a bank, and what do you think would be your most pressing issue pertaining your bank's tech and all that? So if it's real problems to solve, the problem, the higher the money, the richer you become. That's like the simple chain. It's how it goes. So people don't just love people who know a lot. People love people who can solve problems. People are constantly going through problems, and they need you. They need developer. They need you to fix their problems, right? So what you have to look for is, one, identify your target market. That's the people you to as a techie. Oh, constantly think, okay, what is it that these people need? The first of this month, yeah, June 1st, launched the book. The name of the book is Vacancy, Self-Employed. Yeah, I know it's the time is quite crazy. Essentially, why I wrote the book was because I understood that a lot of people, although they're self-employed, they do not understand the mechanics. They do not understand what adds up to you being a successful entrepreneur or you being a successful self-employed person. So what did I do? I knew that was a problem. I knew, these days you see everyone getting into tech or any something on the digital space. Today you see this one, it says, I'm a graphic designer, I'm a copywriter, I'm a this, I'm a that. So nobody wants to work for anybody. And school, it's an amazing thing. Everybody wants, like, to make money for themselves. But a lot of people are getting it right. I saw a crack in the system and I was like, you know what? I can teach you an entrepreneur. And I wrote it in. That's cool. So I identified a problem for people. That's something that people want to become better at. People want to become extremely good at it. I saw an opportunity there and I'm like, you know what? Oh yeah, I can create something that can solve that problem. And yes, I did. Try to build a strong network. Yeah. Don't just connect with fellow developers. I know you also have to connect with entrepreneurs from other fields, right? Connect with entrepreneurs from other fields. So if you're a developer, you're a techie, you may want to have conversations with people who are not too tech but who are also entrepreneurs. Exactly. So like I told you before, I'm not a techie. I don't do the developments and all that you guys do, pardon. But then I have a lot of connect, right? So what I want to learn from them, or what I learn is not how to develop. I don't need that knowledge. What I learn or what they teach me is what we converse about is entrepreneurship. Okay, what are you doing in your tech space that I can do in my marketing space? Essentially, so they share with me the knowledge they have. I see how I can, rebrand, fine tune it, and apply it to my as well. So have a network of people, but then don't just restrict your network to techies and people in your space. Also go over the board. So always learn, build a strong network. You have to connect with fellow entrepreneurs across all fields, because you tell which strategy someone may be applying, that if you can fine tune it and apply it in your own sector, you'll be getting a lot of results also. All right. So question, uh, sorry, strategy 4: focus on your customer needs. Yeah, of customer, a lot of entrepreneurs focus on the money. Nope. Okay, a lot of entrepreneurs focus on the money. It's everyone is like, okay, when someone comes to you and tells you, I want you to code for me, I want you to develop, to create an app for me, and blah blah blah. You tell the person you charge $2,000 for whatever. The person pays you, then like 2 weeks later, let's say 3 days later, the person notices a glitch in the app, and the person calls you back, and the person is like,
Hello, is anybody hearing him again?
No, I think it's the network from his end. But from
Okay,
my
just a
end, I
minute. Let
can't.
me speak with him.
I think the network is from his end. He doesn't have the network blue.
Queen Q, while waiting for him, please can you take up the ground? Hello, Esther. Okay, guys. While waiting for Felix to return, I would like to ask some questions. Um, what was your most interesting release during the just concluded Google I/O? Mr. Ethuda.
I think this is just my first time of attending the program. Although I do register for it, but sometimes due to one thing or the other, I sometimes do. But I think there was a video I watched, but I can't really remember if it was from the last one. I think it was from the group that I watched the video, something like that. So I can't really remember if it was from the last one. Like, I think that was last month or so.
All right. But did you watch the global Google I/O?
No, 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 no.
Okay. All right. Victory. Did you watch the just concluded Google I/O, the main event? Hello, Victory. Ebenezer.
Sorry, when you
Okay.
are talking about the main events, is it the one that happened that the Google's CEO was presenting about the
Yes,
rookie AI?
exactly, exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
oh, yeah. I think I watched part of it. It's not full, like it was not the complete session because someone was trying to analyze what was happening in the event. I think there is one guy I followed on, is it TikTok or YouTube, that was trying to analyze what happened in the event. Yeah, I think the event was all about the AI, the AI Google is bringing up and everything Google is putting on and how the AI is functioning and a lot of things like that. So I think it was basically based on the AI, like from what the guy was trying to analyze. It was basically based on the AI and all those things.
Okay, so what was your most interesting feature released?
I think from his analyzing, from what it was analyzing, what I really get from him was he was actually talking about the artificial intelligence. That was actually what he was talking about. The guy was talking about. So I think what I really take there was how to even utilize artificial intelligence more, how smart is getting and how effective the thing is getting into the tech space and just not just tech space, like in all we do in like in our daily life. Because to me, like what the first speaker says, like AI is not actually just like the kind of tech things anymore. It's not just a tech thing anymore. So it's now viral. Like it works in all aspects. It works in all aspects of like all things we do in life. Like in our daily life, we have it running day in day out. So I think you talk about AI building AI. Yeah, I think that is already in existence because I watched one German guy analyzing AI. Like the AI was assembling another AI. So I think artificial intelligence as well, like is coming to stay, and there is nothing we can do about it. That's just like my own take was just diving deep into understanding how AI works and how to utilize it and how to make more out of it. That was what I really take out of what the guy was trying to explain, and because it was not a long video though, it was just a clips of things.
All right, that was wonderful. All right. So let's not just keep on waiting. I'm going to call in the next speaker. Maybe when Mr. Felix return, he can continue from where he stopped. So without wasting time, let's invite on stage our next speaker, Mr. Dami. Mr. Dami, please, the floor is yours. Mr. Dami, please, the floor is yours. Hello, Dami. Hello, Dami. Can you hear me? Just say something. We can't hear you. Hello, Damire. Please check your audio. Check your audio. Damire, please check your audio. We can't hear you. Damire, we can't hear you. Your audio is making noise. Okay, guys. It seems our two speakers are trying to fix themselves up. So, while still waiting for them, is anyone that want to share something with us? Maybe his or her success story or something.
Yeah, you asked about what were our key takeaways from the just concluded Google I/O, right? And
Yeah.
for me, it was the Google overviews, right? I think that feature would be a very cool feature. I don't know, they still haven't released it yet. Like they haven't made it public for everyone yet. Like I think they tested it like for a couple days. I think I saw it online for a couple days because I feel like despite the fact that yeah, Google search is popular and all, but the main fact that you search for something and the top search engine optimization, the main content you want to see. Yeah, so I feel like that feature will be a very cool feature, to get the information that you really want to see at a glance, right? Yeah, that's what I think were my key takeaways from that.
Okay. Has anyone tried using that email summary feature on his or her own end? Has anyone?
Nope.
Okay. Maybe I can just do a glance of it with you guys if you guys are okay with it while waiting for our speakers. Can we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay, this is just my own screen. So I believe you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me say I have some mails that I haven't read yet, and I want a kind of a summary for it, or I want to see all my unread mails and the rest. So if you look at this my mails here, you can see some stuff here, show unread mail, get other details and find attachment. But in this case, I can simply prompt my listening here, maybe give me a summary of my unread of my recent unread message. And here we go. So for you to actually activate these features, you need to go to you need to enable the Gemini on your workspace. Okay, these are like a summary of whatever I'm getting here now. Let me just see whether I can deactivate the features and show you guys on how to actually activate it for those that haven't activated the feature yet. Has anybody activated it?
No, we haven't.
Okay, let me just see if I can get another mail to show you guys on how to activate that features on your own end. It seems all my mails are the features are is activated already. Uh, those features are activated already on my mails actually. So I think if you go to Gemini, like your normal Gemini, you will look for extension or something like that. Then just for you to check on share with allowed access with your workspace or something like that. Okay, okay, I've seen it. All right, you can see my screen, right? So if you want to activate that feature, just go to your settings here. When you click these settings, you go to your extensions. Then you now scroll to this. You enable this. Once you enable this, that feature will be showed on your both emails, your sheets, your slides, and the rest of the thing. You can equally activate for YouTube Music, YouTube, and whichever services that you want to activate that feature on. So what you need to do, just go to the Gemini normal chat, then go to these settings, and then setting extension, then you activate this. That is all on how to activate that feature. All right. I hope we all get it.
Yeah, yes, we did.
Okay, so you can just try that after the call. All right, Mr. Dami, are you ready to speak with us now? Mr.
I'm
Dami,
ready
right?
now.
All right,
Yeah,
all
I'm
right,
ready.
all right, all right. So you can
Okay.
take over the floor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good morning to everyone. Good morning.
Sorry, please, can you share your slide?
Yeah, sure. I'll do. I'm
All
doing
right,
that just a second. Yeah, I'm
all
good.
right.
All right. So, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
All right. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Daniela Efesho, and I'm a data scientist and data analytics tutor here at African Gate. So, I'll be taking us like a guide through Kaggle, which is a very solid tool for data scientists, data analysts, and machine learning. Yeah. So what is Kaggle? Kaggle is one of the world's largest data science community with the best resources that you can use to achieve your data science goals. I'm even saying one of it's actually the world's largest data science community because there's no other community that can provide you with the resources that Kaggle provides. So it allows you to collaborate with other users based on what they kind of whatever tool or research you are performing in data science and machine learning. Yeah, so that's what Kaggle basically is. So I will take us through the platform and you'll see how it works. So the key features of and benefits of Kaggle are what you can find as many data sets as you want based on in any domain or in any field of research that you probably are trying to venture into. You can find data set based on them. Then models. Kaggle has a lot of pre-trained models that you can use to execute whatever task you are trying to do for us. Then we have the kernel notebooks. So Kaggle allows you to be able to create notebooks online. So instead of having to install Anaconda, Jupyter Notebook, and all those stuff in your local machine, you can use all these features online without even having to install any libraries. Then it provides you with free data science and machine learning courses, provides research and competitions, and also many discussion forums. So I will go straight to the data set, which is the first one. So if while I'm explaining this, I'll be showing us the screen to see what you I'm talking about actually. So about the data set, to use cargo actually you first have to create an account on the platform. Then when you create an account, you have something like your profile. Can you see the screen? The cargo screen, right?
We can see.
Okay. So this is my cargo profile. Then if I want to access data sets, I come to data sets, and then for any kind of data set that I need, I can always search for it. Let's say I want to search for data set on maybe football data. I'll find a lot. You can see we have football events, football data on transfer market. All these data are available. Whatever field, just name it. If it's flower, let's say you're a biologist and you need data set on flower, I will definitely find something on data on cargo because it's more like a database of data. So irrespective of your field, let me say small scale business. I hope there's something about that too, actually. So automobile data set. So there's always something for you based on the set that you're carrying out. So that's what cargo is when it comes to data set. So it also allows you, aside from being able to find data sets, so let's say you carried out a research, maybe you are a health or medical professional, and you carried out a community research that contains data that might be useful for the real or global world. It also allows you to what to upload those data online. So it allows you can upload your data set using the new data set and upload your own data set. Then you have the privilege of making your data set either public or private. So that means that you can share a data set and make it personalized. That means you can have a personalized profile and a public profile on Cargo, which is well allowed. Then after talking about the data set, the next one to talk about are the models. So like I won't say like we all know, and I will not say we might not know, but I will say this that models are the building blocks of artificial intelligence AI. So before a model can or before AI can work, before AI can generate text, it could have been trained on different model algorithms. So those model algorithms are what you see that when you try to generate a text or when you ask questions, so it is those models that are already trained that give you those responses. So for instance now it is estimated that ChatGPT, which is currently the one of the biggest transformer models, was trained with about 175 billion parameters. So that means that a data that has been collected to work with models, you have to train those models. Then also you can select and utilize the trained models based on specific tasks that you are trying to perform. And then you can also find model how-to guides to simplify understanding of the data. So I'll come back here and share this tab again. Then if you come to this part, this angle of the screen, you will find the tab named models. So when you scroll through them, you can see the most trending and currently trending models. We have Gemma, we have Polygemma, Semodu, and Llama 3. Then if you scroll down, you find models that were created by the Cargo community, like private during competitions, some models are modified to be able to complete specific tasks. So those are the models that you find in models uploaded by the Cargo community. Then you also find models based on specific tasks like image text recognition. So these are it even simplifies it like if you are not very familiar with artificial intelligence and machine learning, or you are not familiar with model algorithms and you need a particular model to solve a specific task. So instead of carrying out extensive research, once you come here, you can find model that will suit that particular aim. So we have image text recognition, we have object detection, just like when you use your what's it called Google Lens to search online or when you use Google Lens to take a picture, and it gives you a label of what that object is. So this is an object detection model. And keep in mind that these models are what they are already pre-trained. That is, they are going to be trained at the background. Then what you just need to do is to add your data to it and continue to use them. Then we also have model finder. So you can find models on image, specifically on images, text, audios, videos, and multimodals. Then text conversation, just like the normal GPT model, we have the pairs, text to processing. There are many models that you can find. And finally, this is the how-to guides where you can learn how to use models for what? For a specific task. So yeah, so that's basically all about the model. Then we have notebooks, which I think I've spoken about, but I need to show you how that works. So for the notebooks, yeah, we find the notebooks here. So notebooks are specifically Jupyter notebooks that you create to solve a specific task. Yeah. So well, you can have access to public notebooks. Any notebook that you make public, everyone has access to it. So you have a segment for your personal notebooks. As for instance, these are my personal notebooks that I'm currently working on, and then you can find the public notebook which are already here. You can find the trending notebooks. So LSTM model, um, and also, and I think it even makes more sense. You can search for notebooks on a specific um, domain. So let's say financial analysis or something like that. So if I search for, yeah, so you can find model on a specific domain. So instead of having to write all the codes from scratch, you can just come there, pick all those notebooks and modify it to be in line with the problem that you're trying to solve. So Carbon Notebook has support for Python and R, and it also supports GPU and CPU. So GPU is like a graphic processing unit. So it helps your CPU to break down tasks that have to run concurrently. So like when you have to run repetitive tasks, GPU performs better. And when it comes to processing images like image detection, object detection, so CPU works better. So if I open, let's say I open a new notebook now, I'll try and open a new notebook which I am going to be using, and I'll show us how Cargo supports GPU and CPU. So when you open a notebook, a new notebook, um, just a second while it's finished loading. While it finished loading, let me just wait a bit. Network is a bit slow. Okay, so on this angle, you find something here we call settings. And under the settings, we find GPU, GPU T4, GPU1, P100, and TPU. So these GPUs and TPUs are not compatible with all libraries or modules, but for TensorFlow and Keras, this GPU work extensively because those models are based on image and on graphics. Let me just they solve graphics problems. So these models work well with this GPU and CPU. Oh, sorry, I wasn't sharing that. If you can see a Cargo notebook, it's more like a Google Colab notebook or your normal Jupyter notebook. So this is the GPU or TPU. So this. Hello guys, hello,
We
hello,
can
can you
hear
guys hear
you.
me?
We
Okay,
can hear you.
all right, okay. So okay. So yeah, then also Cargo notebooks allow us to use pre-installed libraries and code assistance. So if we have used Jupyter Notebooks before, you will find out that before you can use any libraries, you have to first install them before you can use them. But when it comes to Cargo, you can just name the model, import the model. You don't have to install it. You just import the models and then use it for a specific task. So that's how Cargo works. So that means that what for every library that you want to use in machine learning or AI, it is already pre-installed in Cargo Notebooks. And yeah, it is data friendly if you worry about that. Then you can also schedule your notebook execution. So let's say you have a model or you have a notebook that you want to test or you want to run at a particular time, or maybe the model takes time to run. So you want it to run at night. So you can do that. You can schedule your notebook to execute at a particular or specific point in time. So courses, we have also have free courses on various data science and machine learning topics on Kaggle. So um, I'll do that when it comes to learn. It's even easy to navigate. So learn, we find courses, introduction to programming. So the courses are what beginner friendly, intermediate friendly, and even expert friendly based on your current state. Yeah. So you can find courses that it's a step-by-step guide. The courses will there will be tutorials and there will be exercise. So the tutorial will help you learn and the exercise will help you practice. So yeah. Then somewhere to practice. What use is learning without somewhere to practice or test um, the skills that you have learned? So Kaggle competitions allows you to enable you to collaborate with various individuals in different aspects of the world on various researches, and it enables you to even earn prizes. So if you can look at this, you have different companies tabling their research and offering prizes for whoever is able to um, complete and solve this problem. So after learning, Kaggle enable you to test your skills. These are the competitions, yeah. Kaggle enables you to test your skills and practice if how good you are. It enables you to also learn from collaborate with different learners and experts to yeah. So you might not win, but you definitely gain more knowledge. Yeah, so then discussion forums are just like Stack Overflow, where you find answers to bulbs in programming in general. But in Kaggle is specific to what data science, machine learning, and analysis. So you can find solutions to those problems in the Kaggle community. So there's an idea that whatever problem that you have encountered, or you currently encounter as a developer or a programmer, someone else has faced that problem before. So there's a good documentation in the Kaggle community for problems that you might encounter. And you can also ask questions about how to go about the current project. You definitely find an answer there, yeah, for someone to answer. So how do you get started on Kaggle? You create an account, you sign up with a free account. Kaggle is actually free, and then you explore competitions. It gives you a dedicated storage usage for every month. When you create a new notebook, um, sorry, I'm trying to show us what I'm talking about. So my most recently opened notebook. So this is the notebook. So Kaggle gives a dedicated space for the notebook that you want. Yeah, sorry. Let's say yeah, so this is the scheduled notebook to run option. So where I'm actually going right now is a session matrix here. So when you look at the session matrix now, we find out that it gives you additional disk space and a dedicated RAM space that is larger than what your system can actually contain, and the percentage of GPU. Although the GPU is limited for each month or each day usage, but at least it allows you to use it to some extent compared to what your normal system can perform. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. So then once you sign on Kaggle, you explore the competitions, you find and use data sets, you use notebooks, you can copy and download those notebooks to your local machine and also use it there. Hello, can you guys hear me? So you can copy and download those notebooks to your normal local machine to use it there. And the real world application and impact of Kaggle. So Kaggle helps you to learn courses and communities. The courses are actually, how do you call this? Um, I'm trying to remember the word actually. So it's like a guide, it's step by step for each stage of your career. I've forgotten that particular word I used. So it guides you to each stage from beginner to intermediate to expert. So this um courses follows the pattern. Then Kaggle's word application, the second application is that what it allows you to collaborate with different teams to solve complex problems, leading to what more innovative solutions. And then Kaggle grants you career opportunities where if you are a great performer in a particular competition, you are more likely to be noticed by organizations and top tech companies, and then that's an avenue to get a new job. Then it's a project repository. So every project you will do on Kaggle is stored there. You can always find it under your account, and you find it just like this when you check your codes. It's just like yeah, where is it? When you check your codes, you find all the projects that you have worked on as an individual. So if you make the projects public, it will serve as a portfolio. It will serve as a portfolio. These are the projects that I'm talking about. So if you make your project public, it will serve as a portfolio. And then also you can link your cargo to Google Colab or GitHub account. You can share between those platforms. And cargo can serve as a portfolio, just like the project repository. Every project that you have done is your profile. It shows what you are capable of. So once if you can share your account on your cargo profile as a portfolio to a data science job. Yeah. So basically, so in conclusion, Kaggle is a very powerful platform for learning and practicing data science and even implementing, not just learning and practicing, and also implementing those um, tools. So I come to the end of my slide. I'll be looking to answer questions. Hello?
All right, thank you.
Hello?
Hello,
Okay.
thank you. Queen Esther, please, are you still? All right, without wasting time, does anyone have any question to ask our speaker? Any question for him? Okay, I'm going to start mentioning names since no one wants to speak. I'm not going to start with Kingsley this time. Victory, do you have any question for him? Do you understand what he was saying?
I don't have any question for you.
Or did you understand what he was saying? Are you into data science?
No, I'm not into data science.
All right, all right. Ebenezer, do you have any question for him?
Not really. But I actually wanted to ask, like, those models, are they free or you have to pay per usage? Like the models on Kaggle.
Dami, please can
Hello, I
you
can't
answer?
hear that. Sorry, I can't hear that.
He was asking, are
Oh,
those models free or you have to pay for them?
No, they're actually free. They're all free models. All the models are free with available documentation, so you can use them for free.
All right.
okay, right. Thank
Ebenezer, all right. Miss Favor, do you have any question for him? Miss Favor, any question? Kingsley, any question?
Actually, no question. I think I understand what he's explaining about the models and every other thing. So I don't have any question. Secondly, I'm not a data scientist. So,
Okay, okay. Mr. Kadimo, any question for him? Mr. Kanimo, any question for him? Our late comers, Chris and Daniel, any question from where you joined?
Good afternoon, everyone. No, I don't have any question. Sorry for coming late. I could not connect earlier.
All right. Anyway, we have a recorded session. We will send it across after the call for those that didn't join from the beginning. Mentor Chris, any question?
I'll do it tomorrow. I'm just waking up.
All right. Okay, guys. I think we have it all. But in case you have a general question that you wish to ask, I believe all of us here can attend to any question that is being raised. So let's say we are now open for any question, but the questions are going to be answered by us, not a particular person. So if you have any question that you wish to ask, you can just do that now.
okay, I have a question.
Okay.
My question, like, actually goes to the speaker that talked about entrepreneurship. I want to ask.
Unfortunately, the speaker is not here, but
Oh,
we can share your
okay,
contacts with him after the call. I think his device is down because we can't even reach him again.
okay, okay. Let me
But you
just
can,
ask the
yeah,
question.
you can just
Yeah.
ask. Yeah, ask.
Yeah, the question is, okay, let's say he talked about solving a problem, like making sure that the problem you're solving is a kind of real life problem. My question is, we have a lot of real life problems. We have a lot of them out there. And the more you try to solve, the more problems you are creating as well. Because so far tech is concerned, when you create a solution to a problem, you automatically build another problem ahead of it. So I want to ask, when we are talking about like being an entrepreneur in tech, it says that it's not all about being self-employed or working, doing things personally. So my question is, when we are talking about it, because I don't really understand the terms entrepreneur from the aspect he's saying, it's not actually being like being a self-employed or working for yourself actually or doing things. So I really want to ask, why is he using that terms? Because from the little I understand as that entrepreneur is all about working for yourself, doing the things you know how to do and being paid for it, or like doing something just by yourself and make sure that it earns you money as well. So secondly, the question is, how do you like how do you get into like identifying a kind of the real world problems? Like what are the steps you take in identifying that okay, this problem is a real world problem that you really want to solve it, and these are the things you want to do so that at the end of the day you are like maybe 95% in solving that problem, because already while solving the problem you know that there is another problem that you have already created solving that very problem. So but how do you identify with real life problem? Like okay, let's say in academics now in school, how do you get to understand okay, these things are the needs of students or lecturers or academic, like the admin section, these are the problems they are facing in their daily activities? How do you like address this problem? How do you even really get to know that these are the problems? So like that's the real question I really want to ask. Like how do you identify with the problem to know before you can even think of going into solving it? Thank you.
I seriously wish that the guy was here to answer that question. But does anyone have an answer to that question? Anybody want to say something on that? Because me, I don't have the answer.
I, yeah, I have something to say. I'm not an expert or anything. I'm also yet to learn as well. But I think from what he said about entrepreneurship and what Kingsley is asking, I think an answer to his question on whether there's indeed a difference between being an entrepreneur and being self-employed. I think maybe when you consider something like starting a startup or something, in that case you're not necessarily self-employed because you definitely have people working under you, right? Starting a company, you have people working under you, but you're an entrepreneur in that case. So like that's from my understanding. That's what I understand from that. I don't know if that could be of any help.
Any other person want to say something on that? Sorry. Mr. Kanima, do you have anything to contribute to that?
No, sir.
Mr. Kingsley, are you satisfied with the answer? Or see, this is what you have to do. Just drop the question for me as a message. I will forward the question to him. Anytime that I can reach him, he will answer your question.
Okay, but I think from what he answered, I think he has given me a kind of okay. Let's say he has answered the part that says talks about the entrepreneur and being a self-employed. But the real question still draw back to how to identify with the real life problem, like the real world problems, and how to get started on solving them. So he talked about the startup. So let me bring back the question to that point. So in a scenario where you want to build a startup or you want to get up and running with a startup, so a startup is already a kind of, let's say, is a kind of setting that okay, they identify with a problem and they want to solve that problem. Now you need to understand the problem, like let's say 90% before you even get started with it, because that's all the real sense behind startups. So but the fact is, how do you identify with the problem? How? Like, how do
Okay.
you get to know that
Hello.
these are the problem? Yes.
Okay. So, from my own perspective, my network was coming on and off when you were asking the question. So, how do I know that this is a problem? Is when, uh, let's say I have Jackson, I have Glory, I have Victory, I have Damilare, and I say, okay, um, I always want to write. Glory will tell me, okay, I always want to write. Victory will also tell me I always want to write, but I don't have a jotter. Now, Dami will also tell me, I want to write, but I don't have a jotter. And Jackson will also tell me, I want to write, but I don't have a jotter. So that's when you now know, okay, these are five, okay, let's say this is four people, or these are four people already saying that they want to write, but they don't have a jotter. So with that, you can now know, okay, you now identify, okay, this is the problem. And you know, okay, if I create a solution for probably creating an application called Notebook that they can use their phones instead of their jotters, and this jotter will follow them everywhere they go in life. So that's how you know the real life problem and how to solve it. Yeah, so that's how you start thinking about solving it as an other entrepreneur. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. I think I enjoy your answers. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Does anyone have any other question so that we can all answer it as a team? Okay, it seems there is no one that has any other question. So, at this point, I think we have come to the end of our meetup. So, Mr. Akanimo will just give a vote of times, then we conclude from there. Mr. Kanimo, over to you.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jackson, for this opportunity. So I am Akademioiko, um, a mobile software developer. So um, thank you so much for staying with us. Even this is really our first Google I/O that we are doing virtually, and it's been really fun having this number of people. This when we know, okay, these are our organic people. These are people that can follow us even to the whole. So they can follow us. I'm really grateful I have this number. That means we've impacted lives in one way or the other before you can sit down in the comfort of your home, or probably you should have been doing something, but you decided to stay with us. It's been a great moment with all of you. Thank you so much to Andima, AJ, and Dami. You guys are the bosses here. I'm very happy that you guys took this thing, even when we took you to the hall, telling you that, okay, it is virtual, will you still do it? And they were like, yes, we'll do it. So I'm very happy that we've come out to do this. So to the other guys, yeah, this is GDG Eket, and these are one of the programs we do in the year. So please just stick to your phones, stick to your mails, because very soon we are going to be launching our Dev Fest. So please, I'm so happy to have all of you, and I'm happy and I'm sure that the next event we all will be complete. Please stay safe and make sure you do those good things that you normally do. God bless you. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Mr. Kanimo, thank you for that wonderful remark. So at this point, okay, before we go, please, if you are not on our WhatsApp channel or any of our channel, you can just check the link on the screen there, and it's a kind of a link tree. Once you go there, you will see our WhatsApp link, email, websites, channels, and our various channel, our Twitter handles, and the rest. And also, please don't forget to make some noise about the event on your social handles. You can tag on Twitter. You can tag GDGAK1. That is our handle on Twitter. Okay, guys. So we call it the day from there. Thank you very much. Remain blessed. Bye.
So food no day.
Much more powerful Gemini. Now we can ask Gemini to summarize all recent emails from school. Maybe you're traveling this week and you couldn't make the PTA meeting. The recording of the meeting is an hour long. If it's from Google Meet, you can ask Gemini to give you the highlights. People love using photos to search across their life. With Gemini, you're making that a whole lot easier. And Ask Photos can also help you search your memories in a deeper way. For example, you might be reminiscing about your daughter Lucia's early milestones. You can ask Photos, show me how Lucia's swimming has progressed. Here, Gemini goes beyond a simple search, recognizing different contexts, and Photos packages it up all together in a summary. Unlocking knowledge across formats is why we built Gemini to be multimodal from the ground up. It's one model with all the modalities built in. We've been rolling out Gemini 1.5 Pro with long context in preview over the last few months. So today, we are expanding the context window to 2 million tokens.